He fires it late, the back of the end zone, diving catch made. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, the touchdown machine.
It's week 9, and Game Day View has winners for every game on the slate. And it's really been a slow week. Nothing's really happened. Jordan Love is going to be playing quarterback for the Packers. Von Miller and Aaron Donald are now on the same defense. And OBJ, well, whatever, man. You do you. We're on to Cincinnati.
Mitchell going to take a gun run. Still hop in power. Just push it all the way into the end zone.
Plus, we've got Cynthia's player projections, Greg's sneaky good survivor pool pick, and it's Hawk Bowl week, baby. Who's he taking in the Battle of Ohio? Find out right now on Game Day View, presented by Mercedes EQ. Welcome to NFL Game Day View, presented by Mercedes EQ. Welcome the gang. We got Hawk, we got Cynthia Freeland, we got Greg Rosenthal. Okay, before we get into picking these games, you just heard me say the Battle of Ohio.
Yeah, nobody calls it that.
Which we're naming it now. I like Hawkmas.
Hawkmas?
I like Hawkmas.
The Hawk Bowl.
Hawk Bowl,
The Hawk
Hawk
Bowl.
Cup. We'll land on something by the end of the show.
Hawk giving.
The two teams, you know, who saw something in Andrew Hawkins that 30 other teams missed.
Team that made me, team that paid me.
Dang. All right, we are going to make some picks for games this weekend, and we are going to start with a doozy. Aaron Rodgers gets at least 10 days off to meditate. Good for him after he tested positive for COVID. No drama there, especially not today on Friday. Jordan Love gets the start, and I think a lot of people are excited to see this. What do you guys like in this one?
I am going with the Chiefs to win this one. I have them winning 27-20. You know, I mean, everyone is watching the Chiefs play, and we're like, oh, they're broken. Yes, they're broken. They've always been broken. They're an off-script football team. That's how Patrick Mahomes plays football. When he's wheeling and dealing it, it looks beautiful. When it's not, it looks unorganized. It looks nasty. It looks like amateur. But I think they get back on the horse this week because, you know, Jordan Love playing for the Green Bay Packers. I think he's going to have trouble moving the ball the way that the Packers are used to, and hopefully give this Chiefs defense a chance to pace the offense enough for Patrick Mahomes to figure it out.
You were making great points, and then they showed your record from a week ago on the screen, and it just
Why
totally
would they do that? That was a terrible time.
Totally distracted me. It's a great point, though, that it's not like they're a on
They were
rhythm
always
type
like
of
that.
offense.
They were always like that.
Cynthia, what do you like in this one?
Well, I like the Chiefs to win this game, and I think 27-19 is about the right score. The interesting part for me is the difference that Aaron Rodgers not playing makes for kind of the rest of the league. In fact, the Green Bay Packers now fall out of the first-place contention for that solo bye in the NFC. Now it's the Dallas Cowboys that have shifted all the way up, including that Saints win over the Bucs that pushed them out of the way as well. So thank you, Cowboys fans.
Thank you, Cowboys fans.
Well, they're happy, whatever. But, you know, and on the other hand, it's also really interesting because it shifts the Chiefs' chances to make it to the playoffs as well. Up 5%. And remember, the Chiefs were kind of, you know, not the Chiefs we're used to. So that's a pretty big shift in just one game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to go do it, though. I don't think they're going to do it. I think my guy Jordan Love's going to pull off the upset, and the
Your
Chiefs
guy.
get the victory. I don't know. He's my guy. I enjoyed watching him in the preseason and in week one. I'm surprised that people are not more excited about Jordan Love.
You didn't think preseason against the Buffalo Bills in week 3 was
how about
like
this one against the Saints? This isn't a real NFL game. Opposite hash off his back foot, 40 yards down the field. This guy's a baller.
Okay. Name me any of the starters right here. Okay, let's see who's playing.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
How about name me the quarterback he reminds me of? Josh Allen. And name me the quarterback, or the coach rather, who's done a better job
I love the coach.
rallying the troops and figuring out where the weaknesses are. It's Matt LaFleur. He's been
I'm
great.
all in on
David
Matt
Bakhtiari back, Devontae Adams back, Alan Lazard back.
Oh, no.
I'm with you on Matt LaFleur and the people who are back. I'm a little bit less optimistic about Jordan.
This is kind of making me want to change.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, hold on. You know, I'm going with the Chiefs here. I got just
So you're not
a
gonna change.
4-point.
So it's a lone rose.
Change it.
Well, hold on. Let me talk it through a sec. Let me think about it. I feel like Jordan Love is kind of like the mistress in this situation, and nobody ever likes the mistress in the story. Okay, the Packers cheated on Aaron Rodgers and they went for Jordan Love, but now the tables have kind of turned. I feel like everyone was on Aaron Rodgers' side this whole summer when this whole debacle was happening. Jordan Love has really a cool opportunity to make some. Let's switch this pick.
Yeah.
Packers.
Yes.
Come with me.
Packers over the Chiefs. This
Now
is
that's
very
an A
fun.
block.
Wow.
This is very fun.
And Cynthia versus Greg. and Rachel.
I feel good about it. Okay, over at SoFi, from bad to worse for the Titans. First, losing Derrick Henry, and now it looks like they will face both Aaron Donald and Von Miller. LA favored by 7. Cynthia, what do you like in this one?
I have a 9-point win for the Rams, 30-21. I think the Von Miller edition is actually pretty fun for a number of reasons. But one, I love seeing how often Aaron Donald is double and triple teamed. It's the most in the league, and it's not even close. Yeah. So it should be interesting to see what happens now, because Von Miller is going to command a bunch of attention. So is it going to be the Aaron Donald, it's going to be terrible. So it's going to be a good test here, because that play action without Derrick Henry, maybe we see some Adrian Peterson. Maybe we see some. Right? It could be kind of fun, but I think at the end of the day, that defense is just going to be nasty, scary.
Leonard Floyd is great too, but I think it's going to take them a while to get together. So I have the Rams winning this game, but I do have the Titans keeping it close in a high-scoring game, 38-34, or 34-28 rather. Ryan Tannehill's played great this year, and Adrian Peterson played better a year ago than I think people remember. I really thought he ran well in Detroit. I did. Like, he had juice. The offensive line wasn't good. He was in a tough situation. Same thing in Washington. Maybe he's not ready to take 10 to 15, 20 carries this week, but I think in the long run, this is a good offense. Julio Jones. Do you disagree with that? He ran with good juice in Detroit.
By far the best 35-year-old running back in the league last year, and it wasn't close.
What? Like, no. On to the next.
Right.
I like also, Adrian Peterson, but I'm not giving you
the Rams defense has played 2 good teams this year. The Cardinals and the Bucs, they've been fine. They've gone 450 yards in each of those.
Well, I'm all in on Adrian Peterson, so shout out to the 36-year-olds. I'm going with the Rams to win, though. I got them winning 27-19. The Titans' rush offense is 4th in the league, but that was with Derrick Henry. We know he's out, and like Cynthia talked about, they're going to have to run through Aaron Donald, and so much of this Titans offense is based around the run. Earlier in the season, they tried to balance it out more now that they had Julio Jones, and it just didn't work, and they went back to their baseline, which was, let's give the ball to Derrick Henry 347 times a game, and then everything develops off of that. That's where they're at. With no run game, I think it's going to hurt A.J. Brown and the way he's come on over the last couple of weeks, and ultimately the Rams get away with the victory. That defense, man, I mean, that feels like Baltimore Ravens vibes.
Give me the meme alert, please. I'm going Rams as well. Aaron Donald in like every press conference this weekend just had the biggest smile on his face. Von Miller, he's happy to be joining him. Mike Vrabel, I think he's feeling a little bit nervous, obviously, about losing Derrick Henry. There you go. Von Miller, he's got a little demon face. Vrabel said to Adrian Peterson, go as hard as you can and don't do dumb stuff to hurt the team. That's not. I feel like you need to come out and be like, I trust this guy. We're gonna be fine. No worries. And instead, he's like, please, for the love of God, play your butt off and don't hurt us in any way, please.
That's what our producer tells us before the show.
It's true, but that makes sense because no one should have faith in the 4 of us. Cynthia, let's do the math on Darrell Henderson. What do you got?
Okay, so Next Gen Stats shows that the Titans have used a light box on 53.6% of their opponent rush attempts. That's the 5th highest rate in the league. Do you know how many yards Henderson has against a light box? 220 rush yards. That's the 12th most amongst running backs, and he averages 4.9 yards per carry in this situation. So it is very logical that he will have more than 70.5 rushing yards against the Titans in what should be a big lopsided win.
Ooh, so much Titans hate.
It's not Titans hate.
After beating the Chiefs, after beating the Bills, after beating the Colts.
I like the Titans.
I like the Titans too, but Derrick Henry makes a gigantic difference.
Obviously, huge. All right, Kyler looked a little banged up at the end of Thursday Night Football over a week ago. Who do you guys like here? Does he play? We don't know yet. 49ers now favored by 2.
I have the 49ers winning this game because I'm assuming Kyler Murray is out. He did not practice all week. I know it's a game-time decision, but generally, if you don't practice all week, you do not play. DeAndre Hopkins, also not 100%. A.J. Green on the COVID list. And George Kittle, he's coming back. I like that little. I'm not really sure. Who wrote that? That's not fair. That's not nice at all. George Kittle changes this offense. He's the Jenga piece. He's the guy, our friend Dave Damashek. If you pull him out of the offense, it doesn't quite work. Now you got him back in the mix. Brandon Ayuk had a good conversation with Kyle Shanahan and had a great week a week ago. Now you got Deebo Samuel, a little banged up, but I think their offense is coming together. And if it's Colt McCoy at quarterback, I feel very good about the 49ers.
Okay. I like the 49ers to win 24-17 in this one. And you talked about Colt McCoy, and I'm a fan of Colt McCoy, but the Cardinals are used to Kyler Murray running around back there. And Colt McCoy is going to have to contend with this 49ers pass rush that has Joey Bosa. So Joey Bosa versus Colt McCoy. I don't like Colt McCoy's chances. Joey had 2 sacks a week ago, 5 pressures. Also, D Ford, DJ Jones. This pass rush for the 49ers have paced its defense. I expect him to feast on my guy Colt.
Cynthia.
So I'm still sticking with the Cardinals here, at least for now. 26-21 is my projected score, because they're not lying liars who lie, but this is a different type of coach. I actually believe Cliff Kingsbury when he says that he could play this week despite not practicing at all. We actually saw DeAndre Hopkins do that in the last game. So I don't think it's wrong to assume that Kyler will play. I'm waiting till Sunday to make my final, ruling on this one, because clearly everyone's got they're nervous about what I'm going to pick. But ultimately, I think that Kyler, we've seen him use quick passes, we've seen him use bootleg. The playbook has gotten so thick for him that they have a lot of different looks that they could use. So, if he's playing, I think the Cardinals win this one.
Dare I say, if Kyler plays or if he doesn't, I still like the 49ers. Just like Greg was saying, he hasn't practiced all week. They've had, by the time Sunday rolls around, that will be 10 days off. If you're still not feeling good enough to practice, I do not think that you're going to come out and play like the Kyler Murray that we've been seeing. Same as DeAndre Hopkins. He's going to be banged up. He's not going to play.
Wouldn't that be the same as a bye, though? Maybe it's good for you. I don't know.
But I'm saying if it's been 10 days off, shouldn't you be able to physically practice?
Plus, can you put into your model, the ankle injury? It's not the same Kyler running around there.
That's what I'm saying. Quick pass.
All right. Next, it is time to pick the Hawk Bowl. Christmas. We'll decide. Browns-Bengals plus Bears, Steelers, and some propers are on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere.
I think it should be Hawkmucka.
Hawkmucka.
Big throw, right side. Cooper Kupp the catch. He follows Van Jefferson into the end zone. And Matthew Stafford joins the 300 club. Straight back drop, throw right. Caught by Kupp at the pylon. He goes airborne. He got in. Touchdown Cooper Kupp. Touchdown LA.
Stafford going to do some damage this weekend. Let's talk individuals in proper performances, and let's start with the quarterbacks. All right, we got Stafford up top, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott. What do you like?
Well, the interesting part, Dak's the only one that's over that number. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But Derek Carr is the one that I want to highlight. Not only was he awesome today, but I want to point out that only 2 of 8 starting quarterbacks all season have had more than 275 passing yards against the Giants. Taylor Heineke and Dak Prescott, if you were counting. And then Next Gen Stats shows that Carr only averages 7.5 yards per attempt versus 4 or fewer pass rushers compared to 11.1 versus the blitz. And by the way, the Giants don't blitz a lot. So point being, it's more likely that it's not going to be higher than 274 yards.
Been better the last few weeks, Giants defense. We thought they'd be good going into the year, and they've been good the last few weeks.
All right, let's take a look at FanDuel's projected lines for receiving yards in Week 9. Who we got? Cooper Kupp. Hopefully he balls out. Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel. Who do you want to talk about?
You know what's funny on this one? All of them are over the number.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's
Let's get some fireworks.
Okay, so the Devontae Adams one is the closest one, and the Jordan Love note obviously shifted what my projection for Adams is. However, it's all about volume, use case, and the percentage of the offense that he accounts for, which is basically all of it other than what Aaron Jones does. So I think it's interesting that even with the quarterback switch, it's over 88.5 yards.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, anytime you show the receivers and they're all over what the line is, your boy is going to be super excited, and that's kind of where I'm at, Cynthia.
Also, he gets to play the Chiefs. Like, I don't think that was pointed out enough in the whole Jordan Love analysis. He gets to play the Chiefs. That's a nice spot.
What do we do if they only put up like 3? Should we? We're not. We can't come back next week.
There's no accountability.
You and I cannot come back on this show next week. All right, let's take a look at FanDuel's projected lines for rushing yards in Week 9. No Derrick Henry on this list. A bummer. Nick Chubb's up there. Zeke, who you want to talk about?
All of these are higher than the number
a lot of offense this week, Cynthia.
It's just funny that the quarterbacks were less other than Dak, and then whatever. That's pretty funny. But I want to talk about Elijah Mitchell in this one. I think it's funny that 71 for a run-first offense, an offense that's predicated on zone read looks. Like, how does what? Yes, Elijah Mitchell has quietly become a really big key and factor into how this works. And if you look at where the Cardinals are susceptible, they're susceptible to rush yards. So I think this is a nice pairing of what the San Francisco 49ers do really well with an area where the Cardinals need to work on it.
They found another one. Like, it's not the guy they drafted high or paid, but Elijah Mitchell is one of the league leaders in yards after contact. And the Cardinals, when they played the 49ers the first time around, stuffed the run with J.J. Watt. No more J.J. Watt.
No more J.J. Watt.
Ooh, okay. On to what's going to be the most painful part of this show,
Yes.
the Battle of Ohio. Hawkmas?
Hawkmas.
The Hawk Bowl. I think the Hawk Bowl,
I like
The Hawk Cup. I like the Hawk Cup.
Do we have a Hawk trophy?
These two teams
We
both
should.
need a win
Right here.
bad. They both need to bounce back. Who goes first, Hawk? You have the pleasure of starting?
Yeah, I should start. Okay, so I have the Browns winning right now, 31-24, but it started off with me picking the Bengals earlier in the week because I'm like, Joe Burrow's going to be really mad, and he's going to have a revenge game. But then the Browns drama went down. I'm like, Baker Mayfield's going to be even more mad. So it's been hard. So I just was like, you know what? Put a montage of me playing for both of these teams up. So we could just sit here and just marvel at Andrew Hawkins. So I grew up a Bengals fan. And then,
Wait, you played football?
Yeah, you didn't know I played in the NFL?
Okay.
It was on my bio.
2,149 receiving yards and 9 receiving touchdowns.
So I grew up a Bengals fan, and then the Browns invited me to rookie minicamp and then gave me that film, which is what started my football career. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to play. Then the Bengals gave me my first contract. Then the Browns gave me my big contract, and here I am analyzing the Hawk Bowl. So all that to
But
say.
you got something named
So wait, so what did it come down to? Like, which one employs you now or something? You know?
No, it was basically, I'm like, well, Baker Mayfield's going to be really, really mad. And Baker Mayfield plays well with his back is against the wall. So,
Cynthia, what do you like here?
I have a 2-point win for the Browns, 25-23.
Okay.
It's a little tighter than maybe Rachel's happy about, but I think it's the run game that makes a difference in this. And Nick Chubb has been really excellent. And if you look to see where there's an area, those outside rushes, you just can't stop him. He has like the 3rd most yards over expected for any running back in the league. This is an area, and by the way, he missed time too, which is incredibly impressive. It's just going to be too much for this defense. And usually the team who has control of the run game is the team who wins the game, meaning Nick Chubb.
Much better analysis than I gave.
No, I prefer yours. I don't have any film of me in either
I thought you were going to say I also played for the Browns. I was like, what?
Well, I'm wearing a lot of brown today,
You
but
are.
I
There
did
you
not.
go.
I'm basically in their uniform. We're good.
Greg, what do you think?
I have the Browns winning too by 2 points. We were on Meme Alert and we were all wrong a week ago. I just think they have a better roster. I think they have a better coach. They don't have a better quarterback though. And I do want to talk about what happened with OBJ this week because I understand why he was mad. Let's see that play, which will really go down as the last play of Odell Beckham's career in Cleveland. And a lot of people got on Odell Beckham for maybe not making the best effort in the world to make this catch. And yet, Baker's late. He didn't see it. He's open early on that play. When he hits his back foot, he pump fakes. Like, if it's Mac Jones, even as a rookie, that ball is out. He's going to have anticipation. Baker Mayfield needs to see the throw before he makes it usually, and that's a problem that's not going away with getting rid of Odell. I think he's a good quarterback. You kind of convinced me that he's going to feel like the world's against him and play his very best this week. Like, he's an okay quarterback, but the problem was Odell Beckham didn't think he was that good. And that part of it.
Higgins time is what I hear.
That
I
part
hear
is
it's Rashad Higgins time.
With the
No, I'm not
more
saying
teams
he's
here.
not at fault, but I'm saying the core belief that Odell's saying, like, this guy ain't it, like, that still might be right. That's a question that the Browns have to answer before they give that contract.
What else would you say in that kind of situation?
I would never be in that situation.
Okay, well, if you were,
Who doesn't have
I'd
chemistry with
blame
me?
somebody else. I would absolutely. What?
Huh?
Huh? Okay, I'm going Browns here, and I agree with Hawk. I think that Baker plays
Major
the best
meme
when he is absolutely counted out. I keep on seeing, everyone's believing OBJ, that Baker is a mess and he's the problem, and that's what I've just been seeing nonstop. Everybody trashing Baker on media. He retweets the Stephen A's of the world. Baker reposts these things on Instagram. He is listening.
He shouldn't be doing that, though.
I hope he should not.
Nah, he
I
shouldn't
agree.
be.
I agree, but if that's what gives him the fuel, then I hope he's watching.
Okay.
Baker, you suck. If that's what gives you the fuel, Baker, you stink. I don't mean it. I love you so much. I'm going Browns 24-21. I really hope that they get this win. They need it. Okay. Whew. Justin Fields, must have watched. Justin Fields must have watched Hawk's pep talk on this show last week because he finally had a decent game thanks to Hawk and only Hawk. Can he build off of this performance, Cynthia?
I have a 7-point win for the Steelers, 24-17. But I also have been building off of this performance. I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive because I actually think it's the Bears defense that are really going to let them down. In fact, Najee Harris is going to be a problem for them because we saw the volume from the jump with Najee Harris, and then we saw he was doing a really good job against light boxes. And now stacked boxes, also an area where he's doing well. So it's really just the emergence of Najee Harris in that defense. It's not really anything against Justin Fields. So both are true.
Both are true.
Both are true.
And Justin Fields has to go against the Steelers. So even if he plays well, I think he'll keep it close.
Yeah.
I think he'll keep it under 6.5 points. I do have the Steelers winning this game because of that defense. I feel like there's too much Browns love on this set.
A lot of Browns love.
I'll say something. I think TJ Watt should be the Defensive Player of the Year right now, not Myles Garrett. Part of it is like this A/B test that we've seen the Steelers when Watt's not on the field, and we see him when he is. And year after year, he gets it done. He is such a difference maker, such a game changer. They're going to get other pieces back in their front seven later in the year, but he's the guy that brings it all together. I give him the edge.
If you had to be tackled by Myles Garrett or TJ Watt, which one would you like? You have to pick one.
One, you end up with a gravestone on the front yard.
Go TJ Watt.
I'd probably go
That's what I was about
Yeah.
to say, because Myles Garrett I would be like, no way, I don't know.
I'd just start crying now. Just getting the ball.
I know. No,
All
thank
right.
you.
Hawk, what do you like in this one?
I'm going with the Steelers 27-21. TJ Watt probably going to feast. The Chicago Bears are #1 in most sacks allowed. But talking about Justin Fields, I do want to say, like,
Give him the goods.
hey, I challenged him last week, and I'm for sure that he was watching. He came out and he balled, man. I mean, he threw for 175 yards. He rushed for 103, 2 touchdowns. This 4th-and-1 play was ridiculous. You're either born with that or you're not. So it has nothing to do with the score. I do think the Steelers win, but I want to challenge him to continue to build off of that because he showed like he really has special ability. It's just going to take a little bit of time to really develop and mature into the NFL system.
I like that. Didn't you tell him to stop watching television?
Yeah, I'm going to
after
send it
last
to him,
week?
though. I'm
Okay,
gonna
you're
say,
gonna.
hey, I know you don't watch
You got
anymore.
the DM.
Only
but I'm gonna
access.
That's
yeah.
it.
I'm unfortunately going against my personal beliefs and choosing the Steelers here, 27-21.
Another meme.
You mentioned the sacks. Justin Fields has been sacked 26 times. That hurts my bones just to say out loud. And he's got TJ Watt on the other side. Also, Mike Tomlin is 22-4 against rookie QBs. Justin Fields, I am praying for you. All right, coming up next, Cynthia and Greg Survivor suggestions. Plus, are any of us giving the Eagles a chance versus the Chargers? Stick around. Lots of more. Let's survive in advance. You need help picking a team in Survivor? Well, Cynthia ran 300,000 simulations, and these are her top 5 outright winners for week 9. Cynthia, explain yourself. 84.7?
Yeah, I have a more conservative model than a lot of other people's models. So 84 is a gigantic number. I almost never get anything that's above like 78. Like that's so 84 is a.
I feel like you've been saying that every week, and then
no, but 84 is the highest one.
84 is the highest one
Why?
that I think it might be the highest one I've ever seen. It might be.
But you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there's always a chance. But I want to go with the one that I'm going to pick this week because I think it's kind of interesting that it didn't shift so much with Trevor Siemian being named the starter, was actually the Saints pick. So interestingly enough, Saints over Falcons is lucky enough to be a Survivor suggestion.
Wow.
Lucky-ish.
Lockish.
Lockish.
I like it.
I almost feel like that's disrespectful to Jameis, that there's no difference between him and...
No, I didn't say there wasn't.
dare
I didn't
you
say there wasn't
put that
no
out
difference.
there.
That's not good English, but I didn't say there. But it's just still. Like I said, it's still lucky
I like
enough. It's a horrible.
I want to buy in.
My mom's be so mad at me. What kind of grammar did we teach you?
Greg, what's your locky-ish pick of the week?
My sneaky good lock pick is the Patriots again. I told you a couple weeks ago.
right.
If you didn't take him, I'm doing it again. No, against Carolina.
Ooh, interesting.
Whether it's Sam Darnold or whether it's PJ Walker, the Patriots have so many different ways to beat you, and I think they're getting better on both sides
What
of the ball.
about if CMC plays?
That would help the Panthers quite a bit, I have to admit. Matt Rule is like a Belichick fanboy. He grew up as a Giants fan, like watching Belichick coordinate those defenses. He's talked all week like he's facing his hero, but he doesn't have a quarterback. You got to win. You got to throw to win.
There you go.
Not if you have Christian McCaffrey.
You're sweating over there now.
I'm not feeling great. I was like, when it didn't show up on
Again,
that
we won't
board
know.
of the
We
top
won't know.
5
We
300
won't know.
simulations pick. No, I feel great about it. I really do.
Okay, all right, I like it. Okay, all of the Vikings' 4 losses have come by 1 score or less. Can they keep it close or perhaps even beat the Ravens this week, who are favored by 6? Greg.
I have the Vikings keeping it closer than 6 in this game, but losing, partly because they have such a conservative offense. The difference between Kirk Cousins and Lamar Jackson is like one goes for it. Lamar Jackson has the biggest average depth of target in the league by 1.5 yards. He's like clearing the field. This is a bombs away offense that's getting Sammy Watkins back probably. Rashad Bateman's helping them out, whereas Kirk Cousins is second to last in the league in average depth of target. Everything's short. Only Jared Goff throws the ball shorter, and it's just like a lot of hard work to keep throwing it short and moving down the field when you got a big play offense like Baltimore's. I think they end up winning, but I think it's close because Vikings fans only know how to lose heartbreaking games. Like, they're just used to this at this point.
Their style. I'm going with the Ravens here. I got them winning 34-24, and what I'm looking at is the Ravens secondary. Would the real Ravens secondary please stand up? Because I don't know which one we're going to see. Are we going to see the one that held Justin Herbert, one of the most dynamic passers in the league, to 195 yards and a 67 rating? Or are we going to see the one that played against the Bengals and allowed Jamar Chase to go for over 200 yards, a rookie who wanted to draw stripes on the football in the preseason, right? He definitely hit us with the rope-a-dope because we were like, oh, we don't know.
It's like at this point, I don't think you can make fun of him for that.
No, all of a sudden he's the best receiver we've ever seen. He was like, I got you. But yeah, so I think the Ravens actually do play well this game, going against Kirk Cousins because they don't push the ball that well down the field, and I think the Ravens walk away with a 10-point victory.
When I look to see this one, 29-21 is the score that's projected, and it's in favor of the Ravens. When I look to see where an area that the Ravens were kind of sneaky bad, gotta use your segment.
Please.
It was their pass defense, and on third down, they have the fewest pressures per next-gen stats against opposing quarterbacks. So it's interesting because when you see, like, you've got to be able to pass the ball, and Lamar Jackson can do that really, really well. And if you give him extra time and fewer pressures and a lot, like what
No,
do you
Danielle
expect to
Hunter
happen?
changes their defense.
Danielle Hunter
they're
is
not
a
going to be the same without him.
huge one, a huge missing piece.
I have the Ravens here, but I feel like I'm not going to switch it. I don't want to get reckless. I can't do more than one switch in one show. But I feel like, and I'm so rude because I'm making it within one score again, but I feel like the Vikings really, really need to win this game. They are coming on like a 3-game stretch playing really tough teams. Maybe Zimmer's job is low-key on the line right now. Does he need to win this game? What do you guys think? There's so many close games that they have lost. All 4 of their losses have been by 1 point or less. Don't you guys think that this is a very intense, this is a do-or-die situation?
I wouldn't want to be do or die against the Ravens.
They're an extremely talented
That's makes me want to stay away.
Like, they haven't been running it well, but they're talented. Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson.
For sure.
I think that's why they lose these close games.
Yeah.
You should change your pick.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I can't do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Cynthia, do the math. Mark Andrews.
Do the math!
Do the math.
He's going to have more than 52.5 receiving yards against the Vikings. So interestingly enough, if you look to see where Mark Andrews lines up, which is in the slot, and you look to see where the Vikings are allowing the most yards per reception in the league, it's also to slot receivers. So Mark Andrews, who I think we like in fantasy terms, like you never think of him up there with those top guys this year because of last year because he was injured, but he really is. And by the way, he has 260 receiving yards on passes of 10 to 19 air yards this season. That's 35 more than any other tight end. 35 more.
He might be your all-pro right now, Mark
He might be the best tight end in the league this year.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that. All right, Chargers at Eagles are Herbert.
Oh, dang.
Can't even say his name anymore.
Now his name is Herbert.
Herbert and Hurts just going through NFL puberty right now. Some growing.
Herbert?
Who wrote that?
Some growing pains. Neither look the same as last year. Anyways, this is a close game according to Vegas. Cynthia, what do you like?
Okay, so I have the Chargers winning this one 26-21. When I look to see about kind of what's going on here, Austin Eckler is a really big key to this game. And we did not see the Lions be super efficient with their running backs. That's all I need to say about that. And Austin Eckler has been just so reliable. When he's battled some injuries, but when he's been there and he's been healthy, this guy you can't really stop. And especially the combination of him and Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, like this is a very hard offense. And I think last week just moved the page forward for the Chargers. It was a weird one. I think we see a much better outcome for them this time.
Yeah, their offensive line has struggled on the right side, which worries me this week, but I do have them winning by a point. which means I'm trying to pull off the very rare thread the needle with a 1.5
Haven't
spread.
done it in a
That is
while.
tricky. Let's thread that needle. Derwin James is the man for the Los Angeles Chargers. And I think coming out of the bye, they did some different things defensively. I thought they had a really strong defensive game overall. He made a couple big-time stops. He forced a fumble. They're using him as a linebacker, as a safety, as a cornerback, everywhere. The whole defense is really built around Derwin James. And to me, he looks like he's moving better right now than he even was back in week 1. And I think like he is feeling this defense, and he's the difference maker.
I like that.
Are we doing this?
I got the Chargers in this one. I have them winning 21-17, and what I'm looking at is Jalen Hurts and his rushing ability. He is the best running option for the Eagles. And every single week for the Chargers game, we get on here and talk about the Chargers rush defense. But like any bully since the beginning of time, we're only going to stop picking on you if you fight back. And I think this is the week the Chargers fight back, because the Eagles' run game is not good. And the play calling to get them there is not good. They throw the ball way too much. They don't establish the run. They don't make the defense play off of blocks. They don't make the defense tackle. And this is a good opportunity for the Chargers to kind of get the ship going better than what it has been this season, which is giving up the most rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
I like the Chargers in this one, too. I feel like these are two teams who are in.
We are.
And
say
I
it
do
on
not
here.
trust
We're
him.
gonna
And no, he is not my daddy. Meme alert.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, though. The more I think about it,
you
Switch
gonna
your
switch?
pick.
it is
Switch
fun to
your
switch
pick.
it. Just
Switch.
because
It does give you a
we
bolt of
agree all
adrenaline.
too much, and I'm struggling. Let's switch that pick. Let's go to the Eagles. They're tougher up front. I've gotten the Eagles wrong so many times. They came through for me last
They did
week.
come through for you.
Eagles
That was
have
Lone
really
not-
rose. I had a couple lone roses last week. Eagles hooked me
Eagles
up.
have not
Hate.
won back-to-back games
Switch it.
since like mid-season 2020.
Yeah, that's a problem. COVID, it really ruined a lot of things last
not
year.
even
Let's
good.
Maybe
go.
it'll change. You know, they can't keep
No more
up with
meme
that
alert.
trend forever. Maybe it'll change. Okay, next on Game Day View, we have got our perfect pairs for Week 9 and more picks like Falcons-Saints. Stick with us.
It's really stupid. We have all week, and then we just switch the picks while we're off.
It's time for Perfect Pair, ignited by Smirnoff Vodka number 21. In this segment, we all agree on the pick, so we are going to add a little something to it for you. First up, we are all picking the Bills over the Jags. Hawk, what is your perfect pair? In this
Perfect pair. I'm going with Emmanuel Sanders for more than 53.5 yards. No Cole Beasley in this one. No Dawson Knox. And I really crunched the numbers here right before we got on this show. I think Emmanuel Sanders goes off in this one for at least 60 yards.
At least 54 is really all you need.
Very safe.
You really all you need is 54.
There you go. You like it?
Okay, Cynthia, we are all taking the Cowboys. What is your perfect pair?
I would like to pair the Cowboys with.
Sorry, what are you doing?
I'm drinking a Smirnoff 21 Perfect.
Wow.
That's my perfect pairing.
Got
is this a martini
This is what a very natural drinker does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you James Bond?
Yes, I'm going to keep doing it. Screw you guys. Amari Cooper is also going to have more than 60.5 receiving yards in this one. We saw CeeDee Lamb pop up on the injury report. I already told you that Dak Prescott's going to throw for more than the number that he was supposed to. So who is he going to throw to? Well, his sure-handed receiver who doesn't have a single drop so far this season. Do you like it? Okay, would you like to shake your drink?
I would not like a
cauldron.
A cauldron stirring like this, right? You have to close. I got
If I saw somebody doing this at a bar, I'd ask them to leave.
I'd be a little worried. You're like, you don't drink, do you?
You've never had a drop of alcohol in your life, have you?
Never.
All right, finally, Greg, we all like the Dolphins, but you don't like them by more than 6.5. Why?
No.
And what are you pairing with?
I don't, because Tyrod Taylor's playing. Ty God, the 6 quarters he played this year, he played amazing. I thought it was disrespectful. The line only moved a point when we found out it was Tyrod over Davis Mills. So I do have the Dolphins winning, but I think it's going to be close. It's a coin flip game to me, and I think Tyrod Taylor will play well. I think there'll be a lot of points in this game. Both teams should have plenty of time to throw the ball, move it down the field, back and forth. At least give these Miami fans something to watch, some offense.
I did pick up Tua this week, so I'm hoping that pays off. All right, that was perfect pair ignited by Smirnoff Vodka number 21. Try Smirnoff's Hold the Line Lemonade for a delicious and refreshing cocktail while home gating. This is always important, but especially this week, please drink responsibly. Time for quick picks. Let's get into it. We start in the NFC South with Falcons at Saints. New Orleans favored by 6. Hawk, why are the Saints winning by more than that number? Oh, we all know.
This defense, man. This defense, they're like full of veterans / all-pros / coaches. They got Malcolm Jenkins playing well, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan. They are really good in adjustments. You see them shut down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they're going to really put it on.
Best rivalry in the league, I say. Throw out the records when the Falcons and the Saints play. So that's why
you say that on Hawkmas?
I really do.
Wow.
That's
how
disrespectful.
Rude. Yeah, rude. Okay, down to Carolina, where the Pats are favored by 3.5. Nobody really comfortable with that number, and Cynthia has the Panthers winning outright.
Stephon Gilmore.
Won't give up on his team.
No, look, the interesting part about the Panthers is, especially if Christian McCaffrey somehow does play, which we don't know for
How
sure.
likely is this to happen?
I don't know. But I will say that Stephon Gilmore makes a big difference in that secondary, and him against his old team also makes a big difference. So for me, they're at home, and I think it's a 2-point game. I don't love it.
What do we call when Cynthia's by herself on a pick? Have you picked a name for that yet?
She needs her own sound effect.
Yeah.
She's the queen.
Cynthia's
Free is
Solo
Free.
Cynthia?
We'll figure it out.
Solo Cynthia.
We got to work on that one. All right, finally, Raiders at Giants. Vegas favored by 3.5, and Greg is among us who like the Raiders by more than that. Well, we all like the Raiders.
Yeah, we do. I just think they're so consistent offensively at this point. So, we know Henry Ruggs isn't going to be there, but what we've seen is they're resourceful, not just emotionally this year, but they have a lot of players for Derek Carr to throw to. So I'm not that worried about their offense in this matchup.
Okay, they want me to pitch you on prime number. Is that
Ooh,
correct?
that's
You think
pretty good.
prime number when you're going solo?
Okay.
I like that.
We can get down with that.
Okay. All right, next
Only
on
if they
Game
can
Day
name like 10 prime numbers for me, then we
we
can
are
do it.
talking point
19.
totals, including Love versus Mahomes and KC. See you after the break. All right, make every NFL moment more with FanDuel Sportsbook. This week, FanDuel has a cannot-miss offer for new customers. Get 30-1 odds on either the Packers or Chiefs to win. Just bet $5 to win $150 on either team. All right, we're talking point totals and predict the points presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's kick things off. Jordan Love. The Love Boat. I think we just got sued versus Patrick Mahomes. 48 is the total here. I'm going more.
So more.
You guys are going
More.
Wow.
less.
Why is that?
You're not on the Love Boat?
No.
No, we're geniuses. We know that the Chiefs' offense has been struggling, and we know that we have no idea what Jordan Love is going to do. Definitely less.
I think it just
Chiefs'
means more
defense
running,
has also been
Oh,
struggling.
and that.
more rushing, more
Greg,
rushing.
why are you on the more?
Well, I've told you how much I like Jordan Love in this game, too. And I think the Kansas City
your
offense will
hand in
start
there.
figuring some things out. I trust both offenses more.
Okay. Next up, Titans-Rams, Sunday night at SoFi. 53.5 is the total.
Less. Me and Cynthia again.
Why are you guys
here.
going less?
Well, I just want to do whatever Hawk does.
Yeah, she's just copying off of
Well,
me.
Hawk, why do you want to go?
Because they don't have Derrick Henry running the football, so who knows how many points they're going to score. And they're going against Aaron Donald, who I don't know if you know is a very good football
I did
player.
not know that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, he's really good. So I think less points here.
I'm with you.
I trust both offenses so much more. I need to see
Yeah.
it more out of the Rams defense. I don't trust it, though, when the two with advanced degrees are on one
Yep.
side. Do you? Maybe you have a graduate
went to
degree,
a lot
too.
of schools.
I'm not.
I dropped out of college.
She went to an extra year
That's
high
why
school,
I'm
though,
in this
because she's
chair,
from Canada.
and y'all are over there.
I went to school in New Orleans because, like, you could get into bars at 18. So that's.
I'm still paying
See,
for my
that's
school,
smart.
so
I think
actually
that's
you guys
really
are all
smart.
smarter than me.
All right, Cardinals-Niners again. Keep an eye on Kyler's status. The total is 45.5.
Me and Cynthia again. Why are you guys going more, Rachel?
I'm going more because I think I saw a little spark out of one Jimmy G last week, and I think that without Kyler, I am assuming that he's not going to be playing. Without DeAndre Hopkins, I feel like that team might be a little bit frazzled. They're losing his leader, and I think that 49ers might be able to take advantage of that.
All right.
I like it. I like
Thank
yours.
you.
So you're saying without Kyler, there's going to be more points.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
saying,
bold.
when you lose
like
a
it.
key member in your locker room, things get a little dicey.
Did you see what happened in that Jets
scored
game
more.
last night?
That's fair.
Huh?
Maybe
That
Colt
was like
McCoy
600 points.
is the next
I got you.
Josh Johnson.
I got you.
Thanks, girl. Browns-Bengals in Cincy, 47 total points according to
What do I have here?
the Desert. I'm going less.
Why are you going less?
Why are you guys putting this on me? I hope that they can. This defense steps up.
It's
and
starting to
they-
look like the old AFC North, right? Like that Browns game last week. That was a defensive game.
Exactly.
Do you remember
I
when
hope
these
that
teams
they can
played
contain a mad Joe Burrow?
a year ago? They were just lighting the scoreboard up. Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield went back and forth. Same thing this time for the Hawk Bowl, the Hawk Cup. Hawks giving.
Hawkmas.
Whatever.
You can just keep on.
Yep, Hawkaka.
One will win.
I like
One will
Hawk
come
more
out on
best.
top. Let us know what you guys like. Hawkmas.
Yes. We need help
Get
here.
a poll going.
All right. 49.5 total points projected by FanDuel for Chargers, Eagles. Beep.
Man, me and Cynthia are.
I know.
You guys are really. We're all like.
I've been on
locked up here.
Team Moore all week. Again, two offenses I trust more than the defenses.
Cynthia, why are you going less?
I think they're going to have an answer for you. You can't let anyone. You talk about bullying a defense, and the Chargers do allow a lot of rushing yards. But if you make Hurts more one-dimensional and make him throw all the time, it's going to be very difficult with Derwin James, your guy back there.
Okay. Finally, Monday Night Football, 39.5 point total for Bears at Steelers. That is a very low number.
I think we all
I'm
can
going
agree
more.
less, right?
Right.
Oh,
I'm
more.
going.
They were trying to get us with that number. They're like, if we put it at 39.5, it's like when you charge $9.99 for something. They're like, that's going to confuse everyone into going over. I'm not doing it. Have you
thought you-
watched this Steelers defense? Bears defense been pretty good this
I thought
year.
you believed in Justin Fields. He's not going to put up some.
I do, but these are both really, really good defense.
Without Khalil Mack.
Well, thank God he's not watching TV anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to text him and say I believe in him, but you're not going to score more than
Why more, Cynthia, real quick?
I definitely think Justin Fields has shown a big uptick in his
Yes.
ability to be
Yes.
efficient, and that there are holes in that defense. I know that Watt is not one of them, but if you look to see, there are ways to throw against it. Deep passes could be. We'll figure it out.
All right, when it comes to betting, it pays to have a solid game plan. To learn more about responsible betting, visit responsibleplay.org. Okay, next, we are closing up shop with the most important thing that you need to remember from this show, and it's not Hawkmas. Stay put.
It is.
Oh, whoops. I forgot to throw it. All right, back on Game Day View, it is time for Drive to Excellence, presented by Mercedes
Rough.
EQ.
Good
I got
job,
a
Rach.
long way to go.
Good job, Rach.
Man.
Don't be the humble champion. This is
been
like 2
like
weeks
this.
in a row.
You know
I'm gonna say
I'm
this
not.
2 or 3 weeks in a row.
But I just know that it's gonna eventually come
Ooh.
back around.
It's getting closer, Rachel. I remember at one point, me and you were both at least 7 or 8 back.
That's true.
We're
That's
getting
true.
closer.
We're
I
climbing.
don't
Yeah,
like
for
it.
sure.
Cynthia, you're still on
yeah.
top. You feeling confident about
No.
No. Okay.
But, whatever.
You're the queen.
Slowly but surely, we're coming after you. All right, grab a pen and write this next stuff down. I believe I get to go first. This is I'm feeling good about this. I am going TJ Watt to have over 1.5 sacks versus the Bears. Like we were talking about earlier, Justin Fields has been sacked, what did I say, 26 times?
Yeah.
I am praying for you. I am thinking about you. Go
Not
TJ
watching.
Watt. Go.
He doesn't watch this show anymore.
Oh, you're right. You told him to not do
Yeah,
that. So
exactly.
way to go. We lost one loyal viewer.
I'm going with Jarvis Landry, more than 55.5 receiving yards. No OBJ there anymore. He's going to get more targets,
I
and
love
he's going to show, hey, we're still good. I'm still here. This ship can still be righted.
My
So,
dad hasn't posted anything about
Does
you.
he still want to be called Juice?
Yeah, he's still juice.
He still wants to be called that, though? Anyways. Okay, so mine, I went with a Josh Allen rushing touchdown. I like this one against the Jags, and sometimes he's been stealing them from his running back, so I think that's a good quarterback rushing touchdown in that matchup.
Ooh. You know, we usually get cute with all these props on this show, but I'm just saying that the Packers are going to keep this game closer than 7 points or win straight up. Sometimes you got to believe teams when they show you who they are. The Packers have been the most resourceful team in the NFL, and the Chiefs have been the least efficient on offense.
Guys, hop on the love boat.
That's
Smooth
that's not-
sailing.
Smooth. No.
I like you really brought the current cultural reference
Yeah,
to the
all our
kids.
Yeah,
Gen
I've
Z
absolutely
viewers.
never seen an episode of that show. I just think it exists. All right, guys, that does it for us on Game Day View. We hope that these, all the meme alerts, there was a lot of them today.
There's a lot.
Hopefully some of them we get right. We will see you next
All
week.
of them.
Enjoy all of the games.
Peace.
Toodles.